So today I want to talk to you about the ECJ ruling on smokeless tobacco, also known as snus. So the European Court of Justice is the court that regulates the disputes between member states and the European Union, or between individuals or companies and the European Union. So whenever there's a dispute, when you think that you weren't treated correctly under the treaties of the European Union, you go to the European Court of Justice, which is located in Luxembourg. And so basically, in the European Union, snus is illegal. For those of you who don't know what snus is sort of smokeless tobacco. It's sold in these little packs, and people put them under their upper lips usually. And it's very popular in Scandinavia. If you've ever been to Sweden or Norway or any of these countries, you'll notice that a lot of people do it. This is one of the reasons why Sweden actually has one of the lowest smoking rates. I believe in the world. I'd have to check that, but the lowest smoking rates in Europe for sure. Much lower than most Western European countries, even, because people use snus instead. Now in Sweden, snus is legal. When Sweden joined the European Union in 1995, it negotiated an opt-out of the snus ban, which has been in place since 1992. And the question, of course, is why is it that snus is illegal when products which are worse, like cigarettes, are legal? And so Swedish Match, so the producer, one of the biggest producers of snus in Sweden, went to court and said this is disproportionate. It's unjust that we are banned when others are not. And so, of course, the legitimacy for the ban is apparently coming from the public health concern. So this is not good for people's health because, yes, it does have health consequences, and yes, you can get addicted to nicotine, although nicotine in itself is not a carcinogenic product or substance. Now, the European Court of Justice had on one side the defense of the ban, so you had the European Commission, European Council, European Parliament, as well as the states of Norway and United Kingdom, and against was the New Nicotine Alliance. So there's a couple of different activists in that realm, including Swedish Match, one of the producers. And what the court decided was that the ban remains in place because it is justified. And what is very interesting is that the court it claims two things. One which cannot be proven, which is that it is a gateway drug. It's sort of the argument that people who snooze will then start to use cigarettes. It's actually quite the opposite, which is the case. There's no real evidence to say that people who snooze will start using cigarettes. And then the second argument is that the product was not treated disproportionately in comparison to other products. And what the ruling says, and I'll just give you a quote, in paragraph 59 of the ruling, I'm putting links down below. It says, "Moreover, as regards more particularly by the claim by Swedish Match, that the permission given to the marketing of other tobacco and related products demonstrates that the prohibition on the placing on the market of tobacco products for oral use is disproportionate. It must be recalled that an EU measure is appropriate for ensuring attainment of the objective pursued only if it genuinely reflects a concern to attain it in a consistent and systematic manner." So a lot of legal jargon right there. What it essentially means, it also refers to another ruling of the past. It basically says that, yes, it might be disproportionate on from an objective standard, but since the rule tries to attain public health objectives, the disproportionality basically doesn't matter. So this shows once again that the European Court of Justice is a very political court. It doesn't only rule on the treaties, it also tries to implement the policies that the European Union or its member states try to push forward. So the court is not acting in the interest of consumers. It is a harm-reducing product. People who smoke cigarettes could switch to snus and have less danger to their lungs, for pulmonary diseases, and yet the European Union says no. Everything could then be endorsed again, because if we put snus on the market, it could seem like we are endorsing its practice. It's the same argument that we've had over and over again with cannabis. If we legalize cannabis, we're endorsing it. No, that's not the case. But we believe that legalizing makes it makes it better on the market, and people actually use these harm-reducing products. So this was sort of an insight into this ruling. I think it says a lot about the court. There's a lot of other examples. If you're interested in this, I can get into detail a bit more on ECJ rulings. And I hope this is interesting to you. And thank you for watching. Thank you.